All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. The future for Bitcoin has never been brighter. Now, before we get into recent news, I want to talk about your strategy for being a cryptocurrency investor, your strategy specifically for these next 3 to 6 months, because I want to prepare you for something. And that's, at least as far as price goes. Now, I'm not talking about infrastructure and fundamentals, but what I'm talking about as far as price, it's very possible that for these next 3 to 6 months, things could get rather dull. And it's possible that you may feel disheartened at times when it comes to Bitcoin not really moving in price. And I want to show you something. I want to compare the bear market we're in today with the 2014 bear market, and you're going to notice some similarities. Number one, let's look at today. It's been a year and a month since Bitcoin has hit its all-time high, and we are now 80% corrected from where we were a little over a year ago. And although I have no idea if we've bottomed out for the bear market, we'll see. We could test lower support levels, we will see. But if we take a look at the 2014 bear market, what you will notice is this, that after they hit a high, an unsustainable over $1,000, 1 year and 1 month later, in mid-January of the next year, Bitcoin bottomed out at a little less than $200. And just because Bitcoin bottomed out at $200, what that didn't mean was that right after, massive gains, because this is what happened. For the next 6 months after that, Bitcoin traded between $200 and $300. 6 months of not a lot of price action. And although the price wasn't moving a lot, it was very significant for another reason, because this was the accumulation phase. Not a lot of sellers and a lot of people accumulating. And then after that, we started to see the price go up. And that's what I want to prepare you for the next 3 to 6 months. That although we are going to be bringing you strong fundamentals every day, showing you that on the fundamental side, Bitcoin and crypto is a great investment, but be prepared for the price, to not move a lot. And if it doesn't move a lot, that's going to be great, because that means people are accumulating. All right, so let's get to the recent news. And I want to start things off by bringing you 2 major stories coming out of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Now, the overall takeaway is that I'm going to show you the exact data, but the overall takeaway is that Bitcoin's Lightning Network is growing at an exponential rate. And I'm sure you remember a year ago when Bitcoin's Lightning Network looked like this, only a few people connected to each other. And a couple months ago, this image went around where they had 1,500 nodes. And in less than a year, the Lightning Network grew from this to this. And this was 1,500 nodes. Well, now at this point, Bitcoin's Lightning Network has a capacity of over 2 million. And it's not 1,500 nodes now. Now it is 5,300 Lightning nodes, which has increased 20% just since last month. The number of channels on the Lightning Network mainnet has also increased by a massive 42% in the last month and is currently at 20,000 channels. The network capacity has also increased by 21% and is currently worth 575 Bitcoin, i.e. $205 million worth of Bitcoin is currently on the Lightning Network mainnet. Listen, if I was a cryptocurrency where my use case was a means of fast everyday payment, if I was Bitcoin Cash, if I was Litecoin, if I was Bitcoin SV, if I was some of these others, I'd be worried, because Bitcoin is the one that people want to have. And that doesn't mean I'm rooting against Bitcoin Cash, doesn't mean I'm rooting against Litecoin, but I'm just saying this is making Bitcoin look a lot better. And it seems like, we're growing at an exponential rate, and it's a very, very possible future where people are paying for everyday things with Bitcoin. To me, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because not only is Bitcoin's Lightning Network becoming more broad, more of a network effect, and growing at an exponential rate. Besides that, it's also becoming way more user-friendly by the day. For instance, are you aware of a new update for the Bitcoin Lightning Network called Sphinx, where this new feature allows users to send funds instantly without first needing to create an invoice? So let me explain this. So right now, how the Lightning Network works, is that if I'm a person who's expecting to receive Bitcoin through the Lightning Network that I set up, I'm going to have to send an invoice to whoever's sending me the Bitcoin for an exact amount, which is kind of a pain, right? Well, with this new update with Sphinx, I will be able to receive money or receive Bitcoin without doing an invoice. So anybody will be able to send me any amount, and as long as they have the address right, I will be able to get it instantly, which is obviously the future that we're all looking forward to, right? I mean, what else is there to say? Great news. Moving on. The first 6 of 6,500 planned tobacco stores in France have began selling Bitcoin. So we reported this to you in late 2018, I think between Christmas and New Year's, where this was just a plan. Well, now I want to show you that this is coming to fruition. And although it's just 6 at the moment, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? Anyways, this is a pretty nice video. Check this out.
France's struggling tobacco shops have something new to tempt customers with: Bitcoin. Customers in some of the so-called tobacs can now buy the cryptocurrency alongside their cigarettes, cigars, and lottery tickets. The idea came from local fintech company Kepler.
We cannot simplify Bitcoin and blockchain, but what we were able to do is simplify the process of purchasing it.
Tobacs have been hit by dwindling tobacco sales. Now, owners of the shops can sign up to sell vouchers, redeemable for Bitcoins. So far, it's just 6 stores in and around Paris. But Kepler aims to sign up more than 6,000 by February, a quarter of France's licensed tobacco shops. Some customers are keen.
It's much better in terms of price and easier in terms of the transaction. At least you're not giving your bank details to malicious websites.
The value of Bitcoin shot up to almost $20,000 in 2017, but it has since dropped to less than a quarter of that value, leaving many skeptical.
This is not clear. When you see how volatile the prices are, you wonder whether there is a structure behind it at all, or if it's just gamblers betting to make money.
French regulators have warned customers against buying the unregulated cryptocurrency. So far, though, there's no law against picking up a Bitcoin with your cigarettes.
A Bitcoin and a cigarette. Now there's a country song. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the final thing that I want to show you today, and that's it for the news. You know, it was kind of a light news day. If this is where you want to tune out, that's fine. This is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. It's going to be one hell of a year. The final thing is a recommendation where I want to recommend this documentary to you. Maybe you've seen it. It's free to view online. I'll leave the link in the description. It's called Bitcoin Beyond the Bubble. And what I noticed when I looked at this just today is how many notable cryptocurrency YouTubers or people have commented underneath this and are now the top comments. So we have Mike Maloney, thanks for having me on as a guest, Tim. Great work. Freedom, The Modern Investor, welcome to the future, everyone. Tonevase, thanks guys for having in this amazing documentary, and tons of other people. So anyway, pretty interesting. But the reason, I'm just going to play a minute of this so you can see, you know, what this is all about. But it's a good documentary for anybody who just thinks of, which it probably isn't you, but anybody, your friends or family, who thinks of Bitcoin as just a bubble. And it's really more than that. It's giving the power of money back to the individual. And we'll just play a minute of it. I'd watch it if you haven't.
The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A.
right, you gotta watch it. Thank you all very much. This is Aaron at Altcoin Daily, signing off.